Shenanigans, back again, and welcome to 42Craft. Take you guys on a little tour of what I've got so far, and I'm going to show you what I want to work on. And so, first off, this is mine. It's just a branch mine, goes down to, like level 5 or so. And, I got some stuff for mining. Nothing real special here, except this is the Applied Energistics Quartz Grindstone. If you want early ore generation, this is decent. It's 3 of the Certus quartz crystals, some smooth stone, some regular stone, and yeah, it's not very difficult to build. And what you'll do is you put your ore inside there, and then you'll right-click that. The handle will go around, and then you click it again. You keep doing that. Eventually, this will turn into dust, and you have about a 90% chance to get double ore. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. And in the early game, it requires no power, just hand crank. So, I mean, not too bad. Anyway, I've got some of the fossil stuff. There's a broken skeleton figurine. Little goodies. But, yeah, let's go show you the rest of this place. So it's just a little mine. A couple of different tree types I've picked up. Obviously, some sugar cane. What else? There's my farm. It's very modest. I've just started out. Found some pumpkins and, different bunch of fish and berries and all that good stuff. I've got the industrial hemp going. I want that because I'm going to want to make the windmills and stuff. I'm going to want that extra hemp fiber. I'm going to cross this little bridge here, go up into the house proper. So I just started working on this. Most of my beginning I spent, found a place that I consider I wanted to build at. Then, made a mine, get some ores, all that good stuff. So here we are. Not much to look at right now, but home sweet home. We got another grinder here because ore doubling's kind of nice. And a little hallway I haven't really done anything with. Stuck my bed down here just so I don't have to worry about, the monsters being too close up front. But yeah, whatever. Let's get to something important, right? So let's get to Immersive Engineering. So first thing I did is I made a engineer's manual. You can make that with a lever and a book. And of course that gives you an introduction to all the different things here. All these different things. What we're doing today is we are making some powers, wires, and generators. Making some basic stuff. I already have a lot of these made. You see how the wiring system here in Immersive Engineering works. I think it's really neat because, you're used to tubes of some kind, pipes of some kind. This uses a wire system, which I think is pretty cool. So what we need to start with is we start by making, I already made some of these things already, the engineer's hammer, and that requires a couple iron, some string, couple sticks. Relatively easy to make. And I also want to make a, is it the coke oven? I think that's what they call it. Anyway, these bricks, you're going to end up with a lot of clay. You're going to need a lot of clay to get these things going. But there we go. We got some coke bricks. And what you do is you place them down in a 3x3. So we'll do that. And I better put up a torch because why not? Let's just set it right there. And there. Place these. Whoops, not you there. There. Like so. And we give it a whack with a hammer. We have a coke oven. So how's the coke oven work? Well, kind of like a regular oven. Put some stuff into it and you'll get, you can smelt and all that kind of stuff. What I'm looking for, you see this here empty, is creosote oil. Creosote oil is going to be used to treat wood. You make treated wood planks, things like that. I'm going to need a lot of that as we continue into Immersive Engineering. So the first thing I want to do is get some of that, get something cooked up here. In fact, let's look at the book and see what it says about this oven. So it says power generation. Is that what we want? No, we want back here. Coke oven. Coke oven. First important machine. Heat up coal or blocks of coal, creating coal coke, a rich carbon-rich fuel. And so I'm gonna grab some of these. I think I have I do have some coal blocks. Let's throw, let's just throw 2 in there. I don't know how much it's gonna, what all it's gonna do, so let's just throw some in there. So we take that, assuming we put them in there, and so I guess it's doing its thing, right? Not necessarily sure. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. So this will probably take a while, and I will be back when we get some creosote. Okay, we're back. Finally got the creosote. Takes a while to get from a block of coal. There's the second one now. And each block of coal gives you about 5 buckets worth. To get your bucket of creosote, you just put your item in there. I'm going to need some more creosote, so we'll grab that. And one of the main uses for creosote is treated wood planks. And that becomes a very common item in crafting recipes for immersive engineering. You use it to make the engineer's bench, whatever they call that, their special table, as well as some other things, including, I'm going to put this away, including the windmill and the low voltage capacitor. You can see the recipes right there if you want. And windmill takes a lot of parts here. Yeah, so I went and got all that done up, and I've already had some wire coil and some connectors. They're not terribly difficult to make. The connectors use hardened clay, copper, and the wire coil is copper and stick. That gives you 4, so it shouldn't take too much. And we also need the kinetic dynamo. Quick recipe there, copper wire coil. It takes a decent amount of copper, but anyway, when you're starting out, it's still not that bad. Don't think I'll need that. So we're going to need these. I'll probably need the hammer. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go outside. I'm going to put up a windmill. Let's hope there's nothing out here that wants to kill me. I'm trying to keep things relatively safe, but you never know. You get up a cliff, something bad could be up here. Let's hope not. Please nothing bad be out here. Okay, good. Alright, so what we need to do, as you can see I have a wire connector already there, so I need to set up a windmill. First I want to set up the kinetic dynamo. And up here's fine. Like, I could go all the way up there, and I probably should, but at least starting out for now, I'm just going to put it right here. So I'm going to put this windmill, say right there, there's kinetic dynamo. We're going to put a wire connector on it. And then we're going to grab let's grab our windmill. Let's put that right on there. Why is that not working? So let's break that. Oh, spark creeper. Ow. Alright, we're going to try this again. As you can see, we've had many deaths. Had to talk to Kim about some of these inputs. Blue is the input. It is in the manual. It was kind of buried. Let's come on up here again. Make sure we're set up correctly. There's nothing up here that will blow up our stuff. The skeleton over there, I'm not too worried about him. Right? So what I need to do, let's grab this. Worried about that. Up here, grab the hammer. We need to make this blue or orange. I think that will work. Then we come down here. We make this orange. I think that's right. And then I also needed to make a voltmeter. Energy stored 488. Is that right? Guess it might be. So let's come up here. Does this tell me anything? It's not telling me anything about the wire. It says it's storing 488 of 100, or of, I don't know. Not quite sure, but it looks like it's storing something. So let's hope that works. And we'll come down like this. We'll grab a connection there to here. That should put some power into the base. I don't think I can volt read that from here. Looked like the wires did not work. Or at least like you can't use the meter on it. We'll see. Oops, let's look. Don't think we can tell. Don't think we can tell. Oops. Derping around. Here we go. Can you read it from here? Doesn't look like you can read anything off of that. So we'll hook a machine up to it and we'll see what we get. Okay, so I made a metallurgic infuser from Mekanism. I'm going to be needing that. And actually, let me go grab, I think I'll need the voltmeter, but grab that as well. So, I doubted this even enough power. Oh, I'm going to need a copper wire. Probably going to need an LV connector and a copper wire as well. Where's my copper wire? Did I need copper wire? There it is. Last one for now. That's fine. Okay, so what I should be able to do is let's put the metallurgic infuser, you know, like right there, I suppose. Then need a wire connector. Wonder if this will work. Oh. We'll see. We shall see. Back there to there. And it is gaining power. So there we go. That's what we do. And yeah. So now if I want to, I can use a metallurgic infuser. Or, you know, any other types of power. But yeah, that's how it works. So I may go ahead and see if I can figure out the water wheel and get some other types of energy going. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you a couple things. I did have some things wrong. Thanks to Cam, I was able to get it all situated. But as you can see, I've got some machinery here and metallurgic infuser. You can tell it's got power in it, as well as a crusher. So working pretty well. What I do want to show you is that you have to be a little careful with your wiring. I had it set up wrong. I didn't notice it right away, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So if we come up here, you'll see that I've set this up differently. This wire now goes into here, and these are in the back. There's a reason for that. The reason is the voltmeter. We'll grab this here. So the voltmeter, you can't really tell from here. Well, you can from here. You see how it says 17801 energy stored? If you right-click, now it tells you how much energy is actually stored. So the voltmeter isn't really very good at, like, I don't believe the UI that comes up. Always right-click. And that's going to help you a lot. Things you need to know, though, is you can see that little blue dot back there? Actually, there. See that little blue dot right there? In fact, if I zoom, yeah, that there. So that's input, and the orange right there is output. So you do need two connectors. You need one going in to input it, and then one to go output, which brings us down to those connectors, which take us down into the base. So that figured out, I now also have, you can probably see it, that handy dandy zoom. There's a water wheel. We'll go show you the rest of that. Traverse this here. I gotta find an easier way down here than just a silly old ladder. Down we go. Through this little tunnel. Like I said, it's all pretty basic stuff right now. Okay, so what I have over here for my setup is, of course, the wood planks are really just there to kind of make it look like something else. So what I originally had was this little spot where this pool, the gravel was broken, the water is flowing out. I figured, hey, it'd be a good spot to put a water wheel. So what I ended up doing is I put up the start here with the kinetic dynamo, and something else you're going to need to know. Come back around here, and your hammer. You can use your engineer's hammer on the side of the block to set it up where you want it to be. In this case, you can see through the wheel. There's like a little, yeah, you can see it kind of goes. There's like a circle, or you know what I mean, like around on the block itself behind the water wheel. That's the side that needs to be attached to the wheel, the rotor, so to speak. So you need that there, and then of course you attach the wheel there. And so, just like the windmill, we've got the connection going here, and then coming down. Bit of a lag issue there. Got less spiked out there. So, alright, so yeah, so this connects here, and then of course blue, and then orange for the output. In this case, I've attached it to a fisher, MineFactory Reloaded, and as you can see, it gets its energy, does its work, and it drops us off all kinds of goodies. So look at that, we already got a bow, fishing rod, yeah, cool stuff. So there you go, that's Immersive Engineering. And again, like I said, if you look at the capacitor here, it says energy stored 0. Well, right now there is energy stored 0 because it's pretty much using it all. But the energy was to be stored. I'll probably throw some more water wheels on this. You can stack up to 3 water wheels like in a row. So once I get that going, I'll probably have some extra energy. And yeah, this fisher doing some work. So I think that will just about do it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see what happens next time.